somebody again. Okay. Let's try this again. There it is. Now I'm live. Okay. That first one didn't check into the hotel. Is that an old one or a new one? Whoa. I'm gonna like on that so I can see that later. Wait, it says I'm live, but it's not showing anything. What? What the fuck is going on? Okay, there it goes. What the hell? Play. Wow. Okay, it might be a weird day. Maybe I'm not the only one who's had a rough weekend. Maybe apparently YouTube may have had as well. Jesus. That was okay. We're here though. Now okay. Now I can check my other settings. But welcome chat. Welcome to the future of our infrastructure of our new town of the Guardians. We're gonna call it Gardania. Gardania? Gardan. It's still a work in progress. Gardenia. Both it sounds like a garden and guardians. Because I do like some nature. I may be a robot boy, but I also still believe in nature because I grew up with it. And so I'm a hybrid. I'm a plant bot. But anyway. Oh man. Sorry I haven't been able to stream for the last 2 days, by the way, for everyone that's already joined. And I'll say this again later on in the stream for anyone who didn't get who joins late. Um or joins later rather. This weekend was crazy. I was really tired. My head was killing me. I had some bad migraines this weekend. Plus, there was a lot going on, and I had to get up stupid early, both Saturday and Sunday, like at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. So I, I'm still not fully rested. Tonight's gonna be the final, like my 2 days of rest. Second day, I uh I finally got sleep last night, going into this morning. So I'm gonna take a break easily today. That's why we're not doing Doom till tomorrow. Doom will resume its schedule tomorrow after this, and you won't sadly see this, and we'll talk about that more as we go into this stream. You won't see this until I think he said the 30th. I hope I said that right. Uh, until the 30th for me and James. Because yeah, that'll be the day off that me and James can actually do a stream together. Our schedules are kind of right now, kind of jumping back and forth, and we're not able to kind of meet in the middle yet right now. Mostly because he works. So, and for anyone watching his channel, his schedule's about to go to a full 5 days a week for his IRL job. So if you for some reason wonder why he's posting less and less, he's because he's trying to earn some money to help him progress some things on the side. And this also means he'll be able to eventually down the road be able to do more games if he wants to and do certain things on his stream. So kind of like what I'm going to be doing with my robots being my main thing, and YouTube kind of being my side thing and the thing I enjoy to do because I've kind of put YouTube in that for me now. I'm not really into I'm trying to force the monetization anymore or even care. It's like I don't have the resources right now to truly get myself out there, spread the word, get to know the people that you need to know, especially for what I would be doing, which is mostly, at least for this channel, let's plays and stuff like that. Maybe tutorial videos for games every now and then, but I kind of throw them in at the same time. Like I use my videos as a let's play, but also we kind of learn together as a somewhat of a tutorial video as well. But or streams, I guess you should say. I don't really do videos. Like I have technically I post them so that way for people who watch VODs, um, uh, and can't watch live streams as much. It's easier that way. But yeah, because of schedules and things that I've got to do this weekend and James got to do because I've got to walk. Well, I'm not walking. I keep saying this, and I find it funny when I say this because as y'all know, I'm in a wheelchair. I can't walk. But what I'm saying is that I got a walk that I'm participating in this weekend. That's to help bring awareness to amputees and people who with missing limbs like me or in a wheelchair in that situation. For anyone who don't know what an amputee is, I mean, I'm pretty sure most people would, but you never know. So I'm gonna be doing that. So there probably won't be a stream Saturday. That'll be on Saturday this weekend. So there probably won't be a stream unless I can get back early enough, or if I have energy afterwards. I might be really tired. But and then I've got something. Oh, when was the other one? I've got a thing for that I'm helping out with the church that is helping me out for my to help me get this new wheelchair van that I'm trying to get for the homeless. If they've got a little it's kind of like a block party get together where they can help feed the homeless and do and provide clean clothes and also even a place to be able to get a shower and clean up if they need to, since no one does anything anymore, so I was really interested when they told me that. And I feel like, and also in my case, because they're also helping me get a new wheelchair van and helping me with the process of that, it's the bloody least I can do. So, um, I feel like I felt like I really, really wanted to do that. Plus, I'm I'm at that point in my life too, where as y'all I've talked to y'all before. Oh, welcome, Celie. As I've talked to y'all before I don't want to lose my train of thought, but welcome, Celie. Let me see what you said real quick. Hello, Arna. How's your day doing? Doing good. Um, and as y'all know, with my frustration that exploded at the end of that Doom video, where I went on that rant about things in IRL that have been going on in the world that is just upsets me greatly. I am, and because I watch certain YouTubers who I am now getting inspiration on and learning how to get yourself out there. You need to push and know where to go, talk to the people you need to talk to, make connections and things like that. I'm tired of sitting on the sidelines. So this is my way to start motivating myself and get myself out there as well with these two events that I'm going to help start giving back and also get myself excuse my language, off my ass so I can push this even further. Especially since I can't do my robotics right now in this current state that I'm in until I can move back to my home state where they have a better AI and robotics engineering program, at least for within reasonable distance from me. Um, to start that up, I need to be doing something to keep that progress and always be making something moving forward. So that's why. So this Saturday, and I think it was Monday. Let me check my calendar. Let me read what Seely said. I'm now 21 years old since last Saturday. Weird. Now my birthday came around. Oh yeah. Well, congratulations. Also, happy birthday, Seely. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the terribleness that is adulthood. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Seriously though. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. What was I doing? Calendar. I need to see when this event is. Okay, no, that's not till next month, huh? Let me see. Where did I put it? Aha, there it is. 14th. So that won't be till next month, so don't have to worry about that. that'll be a different genre anyways. We're going to be handling next month, so that'll actually work out that I'll have a lesser type of genre to deal with while I'm let me bring my face back now. Actually, I might have to check one more thing, but bring my face back for a second. That way I have a lesser genre I have to deal with rather than Doom or Boomer shooters right now. We're doing Roadcraft today because of my tiredness from the weekend, but I was going to check this out either way. This is actually going to be a co-op game with the Mad Lad himself. Big shout out to him. Around the 30th, when he's going to be able to pick it up, and that'll be when we're both able to have a day where we can kind of come together and do streams. Because right now, between his work schedule changing, which once again, big update for his channel, just in case you're now joining. If you do watch Mad Lad James's channel, his work schedule is about to go to 5 days a week, a regular like 5 days a week for his IRL job. So he's going to be streaming mainly, probably in between that if he can, but it'll probably be sparse in between here and there, just because he's trying to do a lot of things he wants to get done. Uh, he's kind of doing it in a different way. He's kind of doing the same thing I'm trying to do right now. Uh, but luckily, unlike me, earlier in his life, like most people should, unlike me, um, he's trying to get things going as well and make progress on the things he wants to get done, things he needs to upgrade, changes he wants to make, and finish paying off his car and stuff. These are all, of course, small things. Not really. I mean, everyone knows these. We all deal with these. But uh, but just to let everyone know that if you see his streams get kind of sparse, that's why. But in the long run, this will help out because he'll also be able to get games for the stream when he's able to, the ones he wants to try to show off and do on his channel, and maybe even some other surprises he might be doing. But let's see. I got my associates and preparing for university as of now. Anywho, what happened during the Doom stream? If you thought that was a lot. I would end up having to go down that rabbit hole. I was talking about all the stuff that's been going on in the gaming industry, real life, how humans overall have gotten. I'm not gonna go too deep into this. Dumber somehow, and I don't mean the general populace. I mean there's a certain percentage who somehow just felt like they've fallen off the train entirely, as if they're just almost exist in a different reality. Not literally. I don't mean that at all literally. They do not. They exist with the rest of us. But the amount of just stupidity and things that have been going on IRL, and we're talking about certain things, and it's getting fixed. Here's the beauty of it: is sure it's happening, but the fact that it's being noticed now is speaks in volumes because it shows we're going in the right direction now, and we're finding out and realizing, yeah, these dudes have been. Excuse my language on this next one. These dudes have been fucking around, and they're about to find out. And that's a generalization to everything that's been screwing up and doing terrible, terrible things across the board, both from just video games, developer from video games, and also from to politics to just things happening in society, like in New York. And it's like I talked about a lot of stuff that stream. That stream ended up being way longer than it should have been. And I feel bad for Doom just because that probably added another hour, and that was I need to stop doing that. That's why I don't go need to I need to do more vlogs when that needs to happen. But the problem is it's almost like a powder keg in my brain. Plus, what people don't really get to see because of my disability, the stuff that I have to go through in real life on the reg builds up after a while, like the stresses of certain things, not able to do certain things just because, well, the society, doesn't, think disabled exists sometimes. And it's like, and we're like one of the few, like, populaces out there that and I'm gonna say this with a grain of salt, so people don't take this the wrong way, that deserves and needs, actually needs, proper movements and people supporting us to get help and support from the system and things like that, since we can't go out and do the things like everyone else can do. Trust me, I wish I could. I would. It's like, even though blah, 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 I'm stuttering now. Even though I'm going into robotics and AI, I'm one of those that wholeheartedly believes in work work ethic. Meaning, I would have even started at Walmart and at a if it wouldn't hurt my disability in my case. Like I said, there's a lot, I've explained that before, that goes into why I can't just go and get a small job like McDonald's and Walmart and all that. It's the fact I'd actually make less money from what the system does actually help me with in some cases. They give you a decent amount, but with overall cost of living, it's still not enough. But it wouldn't be as bad if certain things just didn't have to do with that and had to just were automatically covered. Because there are certain things even in my insurance and things like that, just to give a little small synapses to that. Like my wheelchair, luckily, thank goodness, not the whole thing, mind you, even though it should be, especially since I need certain things on it. That they think, oh, that's not a necessity. It is in my case because I have to be able to reach things. 'Cause with my feet, so I have to elevate when the desk or a shelf is too high. And there are still certain things even I still can't reach and still would have to have help. That's why I have a nurse, which in my case is my mother. But you know, it, for anyone, it could just be any nurse in general that helps a disabled person who's in a wheelchair. But it's like the chair is like 90% covered. The only thing that's not is my elevator on it. That I usually have to go through third party means. Luckily, in most cases, there's enough out there to kind of get that done. And it's usually only every like 5 years to 6 to 7 years. Because I take pretty good care of my wheelchair, and they don't let you get a new one anyways. Here's the rule of thumb through the law and insurance anyways, or at least I'll say insurance. I don't know if really the law really would say that, but I would say is at least as far as the insurance companies are concerned. Um, how do I put this? I can only get a wheelchair minimum every 5 years. Meaning, let's say my chair fully just flonked out and there was no way to repair it, and it would cost just as much to get a new one. I'd actually be screwed. And I want to put that out there a little bit as awareness, even though I live in the US. Like I said, there's certain things people don't realize that we disabled do have to go through every day. So sometimes it can wear down, but that is just a fact. Like if this were to fully die on me, I mean, I luckily, in my case, because I'm intelligent to do this, I have a backup from the previous one that's still in good condition enough. It would just need new batteries. That one at least would temporarily suit me in an emergency. But most people don't. Like I only thought about that because I know what the issue would be if that happened. I'd be literally stuck with nothing for however many years that gap would be created. Screwed, literally. So there's that and many other things. And then there's just certain laws that I think that need to be stricter when it comes to handicap parking and who is allowed to be considered handicapped when it comes to parking, because I have an actual wheelchair lift van, and every single parking space I try to go to when I'm trying to need to go to a store or anything, they're always taken. Now, in most cases, I would be fine with this if it's another disabled person. But literally every time I see it, when someone comes out of the store or comes out of it to get in these cars, they're fine. They walk perfectly good. No crutches, no, what do you call it? Why can't I remember what it's called? Cane. No canes, no walking disorder, no wheelchair, no anything. They look like they could run a marathon. Yet somehow they have a handicap sticker approved to them by law saying they're handicapped like me. No. And it's like so, and that's a big issue that happens in the disabled. There's a lot of stuff, and that's just that. And on top of the everything else we're all dealing with as a society right now, and certain issues, it's just yeesh. Is the gaming industry is projected to crash, right? Not the whole industry. That's actually an overstatement in most cases. The AAA industry is going to crash, or at least the main parties who have represented it for the last 20 to 25 years, meaning Bungie. They're guaranteed because of this. If this game and the game after that they can still kind of pump out because Bungie's got a lot of money. They have enough to try to, even with the failure that is the crapper that is being released, um, which shouldn't be, because no one's gonna buy it. It's gonna be terrible. They're gonna get hit so hard. Um, they have enough juice in the tank, funds wise, left to push out one more, which would probably end up being Destiny 3, realistically. And if they screw that up too, well, that's the first one to die. But it will happen. We're seeing it across the board that these AAA companies just don't have any intelligence or people working for them anymore that have that that actually are trying to sell the product to the consumer that is meant to buy this product. Instead, they're turning on them, trying to suit some magical populace that doesn't exist when all the people who buy these games, yeah, they don't care about any of that, what you're trying to put in these games. Not one so bit. Especially when the game itself is also boring and terrible. Because that also is another thing, and I've said this a million times in my streams and reviews of games. Gameplay goes a million miles down the road if it's done right. If you do good gameplay and fun and engaging gameplay, that's not just rewatching the same thing over and over again, you will probably be forgiven on a lot of shit, other than stealing. I want to put that horse out in the room because I'm never gonna let that go, and no one ever should. We need to make sure that company that did that, aka Bungie, never forgets it for the rest of their existence. You don't steal art. You don't steal from other people because you're not talented enough to make your games, which they couldn't even run a Discord call or a proper stream. So, not surprising they can't make a game. Bungie's dead. I don't even think Destiny 3 will even be good. I don't think it'll save them. I don't think they've got the skill. People don't realize the people who made Destiny 1 and the beginning of Destiny 2, Halo, and all that, those people are gone. They probably fired them out of pure stupidity and trying to be cheap with their hires, and then going on some basically Chat GPT resume site, which are like all those new apps. Because no offense to a lot of these new apps that are coming out, and I kind of predicted this a little bit. I just never said it out loud. Sadly, I should have. Um, I forget what one of them's called, but there's these little new apps and like sites you can go to, which are kind of like GoDaddy used to be like, where they basically get you employees and stuff. That's what I'm pretty sure they're hiring on. Not that one specifically, by the way. Just it feels that way. Like it feels like they're instead of them looking for true industry professionals and people who have clearly learned this industry, some of them even might have went to college for it, like I did. Um, for level design is specifically for me, which as a level designer, I'm just marathon is absolute shit. The levels are so bland. They're just one color. There's no palette. And I'm not saying you need to be make it sprucey, crazy, rainbowy either. That's not good either necessarily. You have to understand how to use your colors and how they mix together. I mean, even if you don't know directly the basics, like there's no way unless they're that dumb that you would look at that as a level designer and think that looks good, even if you don't understand the basics of art. Your eyes would have to be that blind to me. Like even if you still didn't understand this type of color makes this, like oranges, for instance, produce like reds and oranges produce adrenaline. If you're trying to get someone, and for people who don't know, I forget the term because I haven't used it in a while. But for people who don't understand what that is color. So right here, you see this calm like orange. The orange is giving me this momentum feel, but green is a grounding color. So because there's tons of trees with green in them, there's some neutral browns and kind of reddish little muddy colors. There's like tan like colors. This now, of course, this palette altogether is meant to produce one type of feeling put together, which is realism of being in an environment as a restoration, road crafting, road constructing kind of construction worker type feel, which, as you can see, this is what you do. The one thing I will give Saber they've never been bad at for the developer of this game and stuff, they're definitely got some good level design. Now, of course, it's grounded in they got good realistic level design. Once again, there's different art styles and feelings you portray. So, have you ever noticed Doom uses a lot of um, oranges and reds, like really harsh oranges and reds for attacks and things like that. And some of most of the demons have a pinkish reddish hue. So some of them look nastily like pale green. That's to promote aggression. That's to promote in your brain emotionally as an art style. I need to keep freaking going. That kind of thing. Basically permanent adrenaline. Which and there's some things I don't agree with. Some people have said certain things. This is a good thing if this is what it's supposed to do. But that's also very exhausting to certain players too. Like if you're going to be a casual player, this is why Doom's not a casual game either. This game right here probably be more a casual game because you can take your time with this game. Roadcraft. Plus, it's meant to set itself in semi-realism, um, which also hinting why the style. Whereas then you look at Marathon and there's no style or any type of emotion at all. It's just a blank slate. That's just one color across the whole goddamn spectrum. It's like someone help. Contrast. That's a good way to put it too, but that's not the term. It's an actual art term. Quick shout out to the big man. Asmund said this in a recent stream too. He was talking about this. Um, it was also on Marathon. But but it's it's a crazy thing to see. It's like how lazy do you have to be? And then of course the thievery that went on over there. Like I said, Bungie's cooked. I've learned that language now because I'm starting to get myself out more and stuff like that. I'll admit I'm kind of an older guy. I'm 36 now. I'm not even gonna front. I'm almost 40. And when I realized that one day, I went, "Ooh, I speed my ass up on what I need to do." But that has to do with the other thing I was talking about. But yeah, seems like a cool game. James will love this. Oh, he will. Oh, he's gonna be playing it with me on the 30th. I'm only doing the tutorial today for this and doing a little bit of chatting with chat, kind of touching base with you guys. But I don't want to get too deep into everything, or this will end up doing the same thing I did to Doom. So, but at least this time it's more of a calm state. Also, once again, you know why I probably blew up as well? To show you how an art style can really affect the mind if it's done really aggressively, or depending on what you're looking for, the right way, and actually is done effectively. I was already had played Doom before the end of that stream when I started talking. So this means my brain is in punch, 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 punch mode. So, which would explain why the aggressive language I use. I was pulling nothing out. I was leaving no stone unturned. I went back and watched it. I was like, I literally slayered that entire conversation. Like, I approached that with a slayer, rip, and tear kind of mentality. And, eh, I like to, when I discuss, I like to be a little bit more calm about things, but I do think that in some cases, some things do need to be punched a little harder. But that does explain a lot why that ended up that way. But yeah, Art can do that, but hope it don't trigger his SnowRunner PTSD. Only if it starts breaking saves. That's kind of why I want to see the tutorial and see how well it's doing on console already. This is its opening day for Roadcraft, and I expect this game to be pretty good. I didn't get to play the demo, but I've watched this game a lot, and I already knew this game was going to be fun. And it was up my alley with these types of simulators that I like to play. When I do play some simulators. It's kind of like ATS is my secret simulator hiding behind the scenes. I always play ATS when I feel like I want to do some driving sims or trucking sims because I do love big rigs in real life. I grew up around them. Plus, my mother used to be a big rig driver a long time ago, so one could say it's in the blood almost. And so there's that. Say they should have never made Destiny. Instead, they should have continued Destiny 1. Since the reason they have made D2 was because D1 would have gotten big. That was a lie since they started locking stuff. Well, Bungie did a lot of terrible shit to Destiny over the years. It got worse and worse over time. Like I said, the people who actually started all that aren't there anymore. The people who ruined that company are the ones that are there now, and they've been there, and they're the ones that are most likely also made the decisions to like cut certain content and make it so that things you paid for are no longer accessible because they use the excuse of, oh, we wanted to save space in the server, so we had to stop providing certain content, so we got rid of it. That's a scam. That's a blatant shit lie. Once again, it's someone who semi understands game development because he went to college for it. That's a blatant lie. They were literally thieving at that moment, and I found out that their thievery isn't just what happened recently with them. They've stolen shit I forgot what he said. I found out it's like almost it was like 4 other times or something. They've stolen other art before what happened here. Apparently, they stole other art during other trailers that happened a while ago for other games. And I'm like even apparently one of the Destiny 2 DLC trailers had stolen art in it. I think it was during the one with the Hive, whatever their names are. I forgot at this point. I don't play it enough anymore. I stopped playing after Destiny 1. I played Destiny 2 briefly and just couldn't keep into it. I just couldn't. It just did not pull me at all compared to 1. 1 was just to hit that niche. And they have to realize that when that happens, sometimes it's bad for a game to continue. That's something I think developers and publishers do need to learn in the video game industry at some points, that you can't treat it the same way as other industries. When you hit a game that does that good, Halo got lucky that it had such good people in the department of Bungie during that time that it hit the marker 3 times in a row. Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3. All of them were icons and legends and the best Halos of all of the franchise because they had people who cared. But and even then, even if you are someone who's really good at development, this is even putting like even me or anyone else who actually knows the process better than clearly some of the people now in charge of some of these things. There is still a dangerous precedent that if you can't keep that same emotion all 3 times, you will end up still curtailing your own product. Or your own projects, I should say. It should be looked at as projects, by the way, not products. Because looking at games as products is part of the issue, in my opinion, and that's why these companies are failing. They're looking at it as like making a chair for a house instead of looking at it. These are consumed products. It's almost like why the food industry has to do certain things and why certain things are also cheap for certain companies, but they don't make as much money anymore just because they cut too many corners. Um, it's a consumption of a product on a level of you're actually doing this out of want to do this. It's not like it's an automaton feature of your body or an automated like you just sitting down, right? You sit in a chair. But you don't do that just because you want to. You do that just because you feel tired and maybe your body's like, I need to sit down. But that's not because you're doing it out of the pleasure of sitting in the chair. In some cases, there are furnitures for this, like Lazy Boy, that's what it's for, like recliners, things like that. They were built for that reason in blind. But even then, I still have to argue that there's still a bit of that's the physical body wanting you to take a rest on top of you just enjoying taking a break. That's less of a you are taking time out of everything else to specifically do this other thing because you enjoy it. It's almost like like kind of like hobbies are in anything. Like why would someone take the time? Even though it's a weird what do you call it? Example. Why would someone take the time to do what people do for Warhammer out of their time? Especially how much it costs too. Um, it's only because that product gives you a sense of inclusion, a sense of experience, a sense of something else going on more, and kind of takes you away from, well, real life for a minute, which is kind of what the purpose of that is, because sometimes you do want to get away from a little bit of the craziness, because of how often it tends to be, and it helps in that way. So, and I think that's part of the problem why these big companies just can't succeed now. They don't see that. I don't think they can because the people who run it don't probably will never understand that because they probably have something they do that's similar, but the irony is it's not going to be gaming. It's something else. But that issue produces the other issues down the line. So, but they're learning the hard way. Let's see. Is it crazy how it was the same company to have made Halo, bro? Yeah, it was. Well, it used to be. But yeah. And then Sealy said here, and then let me know. Okay, so let me. Which is why the big, which is why the Nins. I'm gonna call them the Nins. Which is why the Nins is getting sued for the whole shutting down your purchased. Really? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I heard about that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because they have a literal kill switch in it. I heard about that. Which, by the way, and don't take this out of context because I'm going to explain the difference real quick. Technically, your PlayStation does have this, but not in the same sense. They can kill your network access, but they never can hurt the system because that's a violation of product law. They get once again much like the Nens. That's why they're getting sued. That's illegal as hell. I don't expect the Nins to last much longer. They've been around for a very long time and more. I'll admit, at least for the games that were our icons of the old days, the original man in the red cap, the elf lad that won't speak, and then our beautiful mercenary huntress who wears a battle suit. Sad, 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 sad noises. But anyways, um, they they're just they're not long for this world. They're going down. Their crash is guaranteed more than even anything else. Like I expect Sony to be around. I expect Microsoft to stick around and all of these, but I doubt they will. They're making too many just unhinged decisions, and I'm that's the best I can explain it. Like, completely unhinged. And what they don't realize is their competition is, I don't want to go too much into that subject, that's for another topic, but their competition is buying into this in order to sink them faster. And they don't realize that. They don't understand it. I don't think they can. Because the problem they've always suffered. They're too old fashioned. They're not modernized enough as a company. They cannot survive. And they won't. Hopefully this does mean their IPs will get bought off by everybody else. Which would be nice. Since the only way to play those half the time, since unlike, because that's another thing, showing their old fashioned, they're also the only one out of the three that won't do cross-platform at all. Sony does it now, Xbox does it now, or Microsoft does it now. They're the only ones who won't, because they know that's going to destroy them fully, and that's probably part of the reason. But that's because they built this hole themselves. They dug that hole so deep that, yeah, that probably would accidentally, by osmosis, destroy them. Just because they'd have to become like Sega at that point. Their old original competitor back in the day. You outlasted it longer than Sega, but you're gonna end up there with them at one point, big guy. Or I should say, the little brother now out of the three. Even though technically Microsoft in the console industry is last, I still think overall I doubt that against the Nin. Like, they're definitely making more money than the Nin is. Not than Sony, but Sony's still making more there. They're still the top of the food chain for the moment, console wise. But I do think that realistically, if we really actually weighed down the numbers and really got to look at how it all is coming together, I'd be willing to bet Nin is on the bottom. So, but either way, should I come back in a couple hours? Maybe it'd be good, Roadcraft. Yeah, we need to start. That's true. It's a good point. Hello, welcome, wizard. Which is why I already read that. Welcome. But welcome. But alrighty then, let us get into this and try this up and check out some Roadcraft. Check out a game that's good. The only thing that could kill this is bugs. Like what happened with James. The only thing that could easily ruin this game right now for me, because it's good everywhere else, would be bugs. So let's hope it works well. Crossplay available. Yep. Let's see. Can I not go down? Oh, the D-pad runs the menu. Weird. Okay, so that's my up and down button. I'm not gonna play too much. Oh, they actually do have a mod browser. What? I have to really. Okay, well, all right. Well, we'll do that another time then. All right. Use QR code to access your pros account. So we'll have to make a an account. It is getting annoying. So I do think Sony should fix that too. Like, they need to stop letting them do this. And it's like, you can have a third-party mod thing in here without having to sign up to a million different sites. But let's start up. That's on Sony. That's not on this game. So there's custom scenarios in campaign, but we're gonna do campaign. All right, we're gonna call this. We're gonna call this Road Guardians. This is the name of our company. Oops. Road Guardians. There we go. Accept. Prohibited words. What? Is it because it can't have a space? Really? Wait, how am I supposed to delete it? Oh, I gotta start over. Okay. Okay, let's try all one word. Let's try that. Road Guardians, one word. Prohibited words? Okay, great start. Guardians of the Road. We can try that too, but I don't. It's got some. I don't think it's gonna let us. I'm pretty sure it's got a word in here it's not liking. Which is it? Guardians or is it roads? That'd be such a weird thing to do. The word road is not allowed because the game's name is Roadcraft. God, these companies, man, it's insane. Let's try it, man. Let's try Guardians of the Road. So strange. Because if it says it's still prohibited, one of these words, and we're gonna do something to test it. We're gonna try without the word road first. If this don't work, so Guardians of the Road. Oh, that's. Oh no, there it is. So it's Guardians. Is it? Hold on. So that's too long, anyways. So let's call it something small. Um, Guardian Inc. That's what we're gonna call it. Guardian. Guardian Inc. There's no way. Why is Guardian prohibited? Really? I don't really know what to call it now. I've never ran into a game that doesn't like the word Guardian. Is that a translation issue? Maybe it means something. They think it means something. I don't know. All right, let me think. I just want to hit Guardian. You know what? This Guardian. Yep. So it is the word Guardian. That sucks. All right, so we can't use Guardian this time for the first time ever. That's weird. Okay. So what else we got? It says spell it without the letters Ian? Guard roads? What? I mean, then it's just guard. I mean, we could just call it road guard. Road Guard Inc. I mean, that does sound okay, to be fair. Let's try it. I mean, at this point, I just want to get in the game, so. That's my first qualm already as a review to this game already. Don't block words that are not curse words. That makes no sense. There's nothing wrong with the word guardian. I have no idea where that even comes from. Who knows the reasoning behind that? Weird stuff happens in these companies now because it could be one person who caused that. That's how bad it's gotten. Road guarding, something like that. I'm trying to see what letter combo is triggering that. Well, let's do guard without. Yeah, let's do guard without Ian. We'll call it Road Guard Inc. See if that works. Actually, no period. We'll just leave it. It's Ian. What? The word Ian? What is that even ringing up as? Huh? Well, we're keeping it. Is there a way to go back and change the name real quick? Hold on. Are you sure you want to cancel creating a new company and return to the main menu? Yes, let's start over real quick. Campaign selection. So I want to call it Proper Inc. if it'll let me. That's crazy. That is, we'll just call it the same thing, but I want the period in there if it'll let me have it. So it actually says Inc. Incorporated, basically. Oh, I won't use the period. No. Then we're just gonna call it the Road Guard. The Road Guard. Oh, it's so weird. This is the strangest thing to restrict players on. The Road Guard. There we go. That's fine. We'll take that. Huh? So it was either they banned Ian or the whole word Guardian, and they don't flag the word guard? Who knows, Sealy? Like I said, that's what we're gonna go. These, by the way, none of these are real. They're based on real cars and vehicles, but they're not really real cars and vehicles. We're going this. As you can tell already why I love this game. The Scout you start with is the truck I'd have in real life. Well, the realistic version of this truck I'd have in real life. So, yeah. Although I do love me some Land Rover types. Oh man, look at the stability. Mobility's not as good. But I like that this has stability on it. Let's do this. Oh, hello. Oh, it's changing all of my equipment color. Oh. Is that the only purple? Come on, that's pink. This is probably what James is gonna be. I get. All right, how much you want to bet, chat? How much you want to bet that Mad Lad chooses this as his color scheme? 100% thousand. I'm betting that. This is the closest thing to Guardian core colors I'm seeing here right now. There's no other purples other than just straight purple, but that's yeah, no, that looks bad. No. Like I said, I do have an eye for palette. We could go I do kind of like the construction color in general for this game. Like just go with the game's natural color. It's either going to be probably this. Let me see what these look like. No, I don't like either of those. What about these? I like the orange in that. I do like that. That's nice looking too, to be fair. I keep hitting the wrong button. Let's see, I bet half a cup of porridge. Exactly. You'll probably win that cup of porridge. A lot of people would. I guarantee it's gonna be that. He's either gonna do straight pink or he's gonna do this. This actually to me looks better. If you're gonna do a lot of pink, because this is more than one type of pink, along with a little bit of magenta pink at the butt, like dark magenta pink on the back. So as far as having pink horror colors everywhere, that's probably what it's gonna go. I'm thinking this. Maybe I think I'm gonna go my Leo colors for this. Plus, it fits the game's kind of theme. I think we're gonna go yellowish orange. I like the other colors, but it's gonna be this. Wait, how do I go back? Okay, cool. All right, we're good there. Oh wait, that's because it goes in order. Oh wait, there's decals. Wait, what is this? Oh shoot! Wow. Okay. Let's get a background first. Ooh, shield. Yeah. Let's see what else there is. Oh, I do like that. I think we're gonna go shield. And we gotta find a good emblem. to go into this. That's cool. Ooh, I do like that. Mm, mm, mm. Makes sense, but no, that's cool. Oh, that's really cool as well. Oh man, that there's some good ones now. Okay, of course, all the ones that make sense for this game's theme. We don't have a chopper. I wonder if there will be a chopper in this game. Wow, there's a lot of these. Ooh, I kind of like that one. That one's kind of the best so far, other than the one we went past first. So many choices. That's cool, just because that looks like an actual emblem of like a wilderness kind of like construction family owned business. What is that? Barrel. Okay, so that's okay. So far, I think the ones that look the best are this one, that one, and then the one at the very end. What do we think, chat? What do you think? Take your votes now. What do you think? Oh, the ones we saw. Do you want this, this, this? Uh, where to go? I gotta find it again. Ah, or this. Take my face away for a second. You like three? Okay, let me see what that was. You said you like three. Okay. So Lamito votes on three. What about you, Sealy? And if anyone else in chat, Wizard, or anyone else who might be watching in the background, if you want to vote in as well. What I'll do is I'll do a tiebreaker if Sealy does a different one, and then if no one else votes, I'll see which one of the two I like better, and we'll go with that one. Because I do want to get into the game. I thought something came up. You can change the company name at any time by pressing triangle before we're done here, but I think the Road Guard is just what we're going to keep. This also makes more sense because this has a road in it, I would say, for our logo, but I want to see if anyone else wants any other type of logos before I pick. Also, we can change. How do we change the color? Oh, oof. No, we don't want that on this. Yeah, I like purple, but that's a little. To be fair, white actually might be better. Because you're not going to see. Oops. We're not going to see black on that. No. Oh, it's also on the hood. Okay. Oh, you can zoom it. Oh, that's zooming this. Oh, that's cool. Lets us see it a little bit better. Oh, it's got one of those types of cameras. That's beautiful. No one else has kind of chimed in, so I think we're gonna go. So we can get into the game. We're gonna go with Lamitos. Let's see what color do we want. White's pretty good. Is the orange still works? But it's like, do I want to add a little bit of white for neutrality on this? It's like, cause I do like that. That's a nice color. That's too bright. That's too much like our already the color that's on there. This would still be better. All right, Lamito, since you chose the emblem, what color? White or orange? I guess we could go brown too. That kind of works too. Yeah, white, orange, or brown. Because I want to try to keep it to the color scheme of the truck so I don't offset it too much. Which one do you think looks nicer? What does this red look like while you're looking at that? It's a little too deep of red for that. Orange was cool. Orange? Ironically, that's slightly more orange. Oh, wait, that's an even deeper orange. Okay, wait. You want that orange or this orange? This is kind of goldish orange. Or do you want deep orange? That still works with that color scheme. The light one? So this one. Okay. So that should be good. Pretty sure you said this one. So this is like a goldish orange. It's funny, it's actually darker on the icon than it is on the truck. But that also could be because the sun is on the truck right now. And it's making that emblem brighter. So that's actually what its true color is in the picture at the top left. Which, that's pretty good orange, so. Alright, let's go with that. Are you sure you want to apply this customization to your company? Yes. Alright, we can start in the precipice. Yeah, there's a lot of missions to this game. Rebuild expansion. Oh, that's the DLC. It's like, what? Let's go to our garage real quick. So we've only got the Minuteman right now. AK is what this truck is called. Where's my Amaterasu, though? Shouldn't I have an Amaterasu? Let's see what kind of vehicles we're going to be working with. Ooh, hello there. Can y'all tell I really do like big rigs? Where are you, Amaterasu? Not that one, just a regular Amaterasu. There must be more than one Amaterasu, so I've got to find it. I don't know what section it is. It started over, I think, didn't it? It did. So, it must be this. Amaterasu Bowhead. This is the one I got from pre-ordering the game. Pretty sure, at least. Because this one, yeah, this one don't have a bucket on the back. And that's literally a light tank. Essentially. Okay, so we have nothing right now. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Dale? Oh. Scared the crap out of me. I thought I had to start over. We don't have any money right now, so company. We can customize any. Oh, okay. And we can customize it if we ever change our mind and want to make it something different. That's cool. Alright, let's start with the precipice. An industrial town somewhere on the seashore is about to be hit by a massive storm. You've been tasked with making sure key infrastructure objects are well protected from both the incoming weather and the flood that it will surely cause. So we can collect. So there'll be steel pipes, concrete slabs. Dear God, steel beams, logs. Y'all don't get why I went, dear God. After I said concrete slabs, I was like, oh no, of course it was the first map. I'm gonna run him over. If he tries to, if he screws up. Oh man. Alright. Oh, you can restart map progress. Oh, that's cool. There's a button to, if you decide that makes sense, because let's say you get a bunch of equipment later on in the game, and you kind of want to do the map again, but with better stuff, to kind of feel like you're doing more. It'd be kind of cool if it was, the only thing I would say that would make that better is if it was, and I know this is probably a little big to ask of Saber, that's why I wouldn't expect this, but this is the one type of game, if this is what it's going to be about, a roguelike type mechanic would be good for this game. Meaning, when you're done with a map and you hit the restart button, or maybe it should be called a cycle button, it gives you a different type of map with different objectives within the game's different objectives that are capable of. This would create, and maybe there could be something maybe down the line we haven't made to in this game yet that does do that, but we'll see. We won't know that for a while. But let's start up. Oh, you can only start a new map on in a scout vehicle. You can deploy other vehicles from the garage later. That's definitely very SnowRunner. But I do want to see what the map's like. And this time it won't be laggy, or at least I hope not, compared to what my PC did, since it couldn't run this. There's a lot of cool vehicles in this game. There's probably going to be a bunch more. Oh, yes. Thank God. You are subcontracted to assist in reinforcing the shoreline of this phosphate plant. The task is part of a large-scale S&R preparation effort for an upcoming storm. Welcome to Roadcraft. You will be guided through the tutorial panels. If you miss any information, all tutorials can be found in the Codex section of the pause menu.
Hey there. The name's Kelly, and I'll be your friendly neighborhood dispatcher for today. And every day unless we screw something up. Then the company replaces us, like dead batteries. But until then, I'll be here to help as much as I can. Not that you need much help with your first task. You need to head to the lookout point and take in the general layout of that town on the coast.
One of these days,
You're bracing for one hell of a storm.
Stop punching me
I
in the
suggest
face.
you get on with the agenda before the storm hits.
Oh God, the irony! I swear, man, I never knew. I'm not shooting you, chat. I never know that. I never know any of the characters that are involved. I didn't even get to play the tutorial and the demo, so I never even knew what was going to be in the game. We're just gonna let it go. Oh my God, man! Someone kill me. Like literally, just sick the xenomorphs on me. Appreciate that there is handbrake. This is definitely okay. So we've got low gear is X, all-wheel drive is square, differential lock, or that might be diff. Not sure which is. So one of those is diff lock, and one of those is all-wheel drive. No. Damn it. Whoa, I gotta get used to physics. Whoa, yeah. This is your oh, hold on, we're gonna need to move my face. 1 second, chat. Yeah, that's not a good spot. It's gonna have to be right there. Because that's also covering up the resources y'all can see that I'm gathering. God, this game is... Look at how beautiful this game is. If it works right, this is going to be Saber's best creation so far. And it'll make up for SnowRunner's debacle that happened. Expeditions wasn't bad, but it was just kind of empty, in my opinion. Like, it felt kind of... I hate to use the word boring, but I kind of have to say, yeah, it kind of got really drawl after a while. You ran out of stuff to do. Do we have gas? It doesn't look like this thing runs off gas. So as far as the vehicles themselves, it feels like they went a little bit more arcadey. We'll see how it goes. There are some things I'm hoping it didn't go full arcade on, but that might be able to change in the settings. To be fair, we'll look at that later as well. To change, oh, hold on. There's the camera. To change your camera view, press R3 or hold R3. Oh, what is this camera? What? Is that must be like a cinematic camera? Oh. Oh. Oh my God. Oh! See that? That. ATS does that. I do like that. Okay. We're not gonna do first person right now, but I want to kind of get a feel of the environment and see the level design and stuff. Oh wait, hold on. There's also action. It's kind of like... So... Object scan. What? This thing has... Okay, I give them I'll give them that. That's a bit weird that that's in my truck, but also from a video game standpoint, I'm not against that. As a scout, because it cuts back on certain things that as scouting is kind of annoying to do, especially when you need to carry a trailer with you to do it. That's basically the scanner inside the scout now, instead of it being a trailer, a separate trailer or device. And there's also a terrain scanner. Huh. Okay, that wasn't in SnowRunner at all. That I like, because that tells me how level it truly is. And then the winches are one. Oops. Alright, let's go. Oh god, I will say the steering's a little bit sensitive. Hold on. Let's go ahead and check that now then. What can I mess with here? Steering attachments and all that. I'm gonna turn this down. Ooh, wow, this is a really specific slider. I do like that. Okay, let's try 0.8. What you're seeing me do now is this is me customizing. I could up the dead zone to be fair. We'll see what the sensitivity, because if the sensitivity ends up being too slow for the attachments, then we'll have to spark it back up and then fix the dead zone to be a little bit more larger, so it kicks in a little bit less. Now, I don't think this probably counts. I don't think this matters, because I'm going to put this also on 0.8. Because I don't have any of this. Pretty sure that don't affect me. It's just this one. Okay. Because what I'm trying to do is find a medium where I'm not yanking that steering wheel to the right into a hole. That's better. Still, yeah, it's dead zone. It is. I wonder if I should. Hold on. Okay. Let's try. It's still a little too fast. I want to see something. Let's try turning this down. We're gonna jump it down by 2. I don't know which way is which, so I have to kind of see. Oops. Okay, better. Now let's go and turn desensitivity down again. We're gonna jump it down to 6. Better. Now I can make turns around things. Oh wait, I think we need to go this way. Oh yeah, that's so much better. Objective complete. Check out the surroundings. Okay. Oh.
Enjoying the sights? I often hear they're the best part of your job. At least your job has a best part. I have to make do with cheap coffee and a broken AC. Ready for your next mission? Well, aren't you lucky? Investigate the phosphate plant. Not too exciting, but who am I to argue, right? Go take a look.
Okay. Yep. Welcome, everyone. Also, welcome Iscariot. Welcome. Actually, wait. Can I make a path? Hold on. Now we need to see if the map lets me make markers. So let's stop for a second. It does. Okay. How do I zoom out? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, it's that type of marker. Wow, okay, no. Ah, so not necessarily, because I want a waypoint, not a marker. So this game doesn't do that, unlike their last one. That's okay, I guess. So let's just go. We'll just find our way there. Whoopsies, handbrake's on again. We'll make our way there and find out. Oh, yeah, it's still... I think I might turn the dead zone back to 7. I think that dead zone's a little too weak. Oh, when the speed really kicks in, it just starts to really yank. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh. Here we go. Use your vehicle's functions when you encounter difficult terrain. Low gear will avoid unnecessary wheel spin. All-wheel drive, so that's the one I thought it was. Sends torque to all wheels. Diff lock prevents individual wheels from slipping but reduces maneuverability. Okay, terrain scanner. Shows the depth of the mud around you. Thank you for finally doing that, Saber. Hold L1 and press triangle to activate. So it gets pretty deep right there. Alright. So what I want to do now is I need to look at my map. See, I can't really see if there doesn't seem to be a way through there. So we need to go this way. To our right. We have to go through this. Okay. So, low. Let's turn it all on. All-wheel drive. Diff lock. Let's do this. Oh, deep water. Wonder if there's gonna be ways to upgrade our vehicle. Already, even though it may be because it made it a little more arcadey. At least one thing I can say, already I do at least like the physics better. I don't mind going slow. See, okay. Now what does it do once you get stuck? Try combining all of these functions as much as you can recall. Yeah, so I have to be careful. We have to just take our time and be slow about it. Yeah. I wish there was a way to tell it not to go above a certain miles an hour. But that being able to manually shift gears, I do kind of wish that was so. Okay, so good. Ooh. Deep. Hold on. Ooh. Hold on, we need to scan. Okay, there are some DP spots. Oh. Go this way after this come out. I'm trying not to get too deep spots so I don't get my engine down too far. I'm not stuck yet, it's fine. I'm just slowly crawling. Ooh, I might be stuck. I think I'm bottoming out on something. Hold on. Yes, I am. Shoot. There we go. I didn't realize dip lock got turned off. see, what do you think so far? I played it a little earlier. It's fine. Oh, you have it, Damn Gang? Oh, you let me know if you want to join up. I didn't know you had it. There's a couple things I do miss: fuel and manual gears. Also, let's check something while we're talking about that. Now that we're on that subject, let's go to settings and see if there's something I can turn on for that. I doubt it. This does feel a little bit more arcadey, which is kind of slightly sad face. I will say that. That'll take away some of the enjoyment, in my opinion. No, I don't see it. That's kind of sad. Because there wasn't a setting in the beginning of the campaign either. Hmm. Kind of think they might have missed a trick on that, but oh well. It's still a good game, and I'm still gonna enjoy it, and we're still gonna stream it. But I do think that's a little strange to take that part out. That wasn't the part people didn't like. That's another thing about a lot of developers these days. They overdo too much. Oh, they didn't like that. They didn't like the fact that the physics didn't work, and the fact that there were certain things that just bugged out and the saves didn't work. Like, so strange. Interactive environment. Scout vehicles are equipped with a winch that can hook to various elements. Hold R1 and aim with your camera to attach the winch to a hook. Okay. Now I assume we drive back. How do I detach it? What? What's the cancel button? The hell? Ah, wow. Why is that in a separate menu? There's definitely gonna be some weirdness in this, and I will say control-wise, though I'm already seeing. That's really weird. But okay. We gotta get the other one open. I have my brake on. Gotta get the other one open. Objective completed. Explore the South Union spot. Oh, hello. This is the one thing I think will help make up for it, though. I do think that the actual constructing of the roads and the things you do is going to be better. So maybe that's why they sacrifice certain things, and I don't know. But I still think that having manual gearing in your truck still is just a weird thing to take away, especially for an off-road truck. Wait, open map and see available objectives. Okay. Clear the way into the plant. Visit our forward base. Okay. In the objectives tab, you can choose from the available objectives with its own requirements. Press X to focus your camera on the objective, then track it. Oh, press X. Okay. Then hit square to track. Alright. Alright, now let's go to our tracker, switch, and try to do our first clearing stuff. Figure out how this works. I'm gonna keep my truck out of the way over here for now. So now I gotta figure out how to switch. So if I click on you, triangle. Okay. Let's check out your new vehicles. The Vehicle tab displays all deployed vehicles with new ones marked on the map. Press X to focus your camera on a vehicle. Press square to select it from the list. Okay. So focus camera. We can press triangle to enter it directly from the map. Okay. This vehicle is equipped with a grader, which is used to move obstacles and level terrain. Graders have several modes that can be toggled by holding down L1 and pressing square and X. Okay, so it's got marching, retracts the grader to the upper position, manual, gives you full control of all the grader's axes. So they did that, but they won't give us manual gearing. That's weird. Asphalt destruction. Removes asphalt you've laid. Okay. Sand flattening allows you to flatten sand you've poured.
Hey, you're not a bad navigator. To be fair, a child could handle it if they could reach the gas pedal. Still, you did fine too, so kudos to you. Now it's time to get you to your forward base. It's not much to look at, but should keep you warm. Oh, and on your way there, be a darling and clear the plant's old entrance for the cavalry. They're coming later, if the higher-ups don't cut the funding.
Alright. I still haven't figured out how to switch off your engine. I don't think you can. Maybe you can, and we just haven't figured it out, but I'll have to look in the controls. Actually, let's look at that. Is there a button for that? Control scheme. So recovery is up. The horn is the right D-pad. I don't see the point in that. Who are you gonna honk at? James is the only one I'd blow that horn at. It's not like he's gonna move. It doesn't look like you can turn it off. Once again, and yeah, I see that refill sand button. I don't know. Like I said, there's certain things I'm like, why did you make this so detailed, but everything else isn't? I don't know. I won't be too harsh on it yet, because like I said, it is going to be a good game overall. But I guess my biggest takeaway of this, and something I'd give a tip, is developers out there, please heed this warning. Taking stuff away, and this is the same lesson I kind of said. Same thing to be fair to them, this is the same thing I said about Dynasty Warriors. Don't take stuff away from the player. This is why the new one did so well. Don't take stuff away from the player that they already liked in your previous game, because pretty much everyone who played SnowRunner and actually played it prefers the realism of it. It's like these companies are trying to dump, and it's the same principle and something else. We're not going into the well, but all these companies think that, oh, we're going to get into the casual market. No, you're not. Some of these games can't be that. Casuals won't play games like this. They don't have time for that. Casuals don't play games for hours and hours on end. Know your market. That is my biggest takeaway. Stop trying to pretend you're suiting some invisible market that don't exist. This game should be made for hardcore simulator construction fanatic like people like me and people who like these types of games and driving simulator games. That is what this game's meant for. A mix with construction simulator game. Construction Sim did the same thing, and that's why the new one sucks. I hope this one isn't going to be too easy and too arcadey, because it's going to make it boring. And then I'm just going to lose interest halfway through and just not finish it. That's what happened with me with the new Construction Sim. I just couldn't keep going, because it was just too boring. It was way too easy to do things. They dumbed down everything to basically kindergarten level. That's not your market, and you wonder why it didn't sell. Oy, oy, oy. But no, it doesn't seem to be able to turn the engine off either. And I know that even sounds stupid. They probably think that sounds crazy, but that's what the people who play your game want. We want realism. Jesus. The sand refill thing you can only use if you're within range of a sand quarry. You can't use it anywhere. Well, that's something, but that's still, it just pours out of the sky. It's like, make me go pick it up. What's the point of having dump trucks otherwise? As soon as I get in the vicinity, boom. I don't even have to go in the plant, probably, depending on how the size of the range around it. It's like, that's crazy. But we'll come to other things as we get to it, to give my 2 takes on each thing. By the way, once again, even if I sound harsh on this game is still by far better than any of the other things I talked about earlier when it came to a certain company. But still, it's just the silliness that the whole industry seems to be doing right now. Let's get the casual gamers in here. You're never gonna play your game. You need to accept that. Stop trying to build chairs and build games. Let's see. Use greater modes for different tasks. Manual allows for manual blade adjustment. Marching locks the greater blade in position for traversal and transportation. Use sand flattening to easily flatten sand roads you build. Use asphalt construction to remove any asphalt you've placed. Alright. I'm going to put it in low because I don't want to go too fast. Oh, engine has to be on. Ah, I see. Oh, that changed direction. Ah, that's why it's a grader. So does it just want me to push this stuff out of the way because it's gonna destroy it? Oh wow. Okay, at least I do like that. Because sometimes it is a little tedious in a video game to have to manually position certain modes. If you're trying to do just one thing with it right now. That is a smart change. I can give them a plus on that was smart. So we'll do manual now. I'm not sure what we're doing yet, or how it wants me to move these. Oh, blade control. Okay. See, that shouldn't be okay. I will say this though. This shouldn't be on R1. It should be in here. I feel like the horizontal part should be the R1 one. Okay. Anyways. We're gonna want blade still to be like that, I think. Gotta reposition. This is gonna be a little tedious. As I get a little bit more used to it, I'll figure it out. What? Am I just supposed to wrap this out? Oh, okay. So I assume we just want to get it out so out of the square. On it now. Actually, hold on. Let me get this box out. Whoa. See, we need a loader so we can pick some of this up. Ah, it broke apart. That's a bit annoying. Wow, it's as low as it can go, so we need to tilt our blade down a bit. Unable to dig in this area, I'm not trying to dig. Okay. Alright, now what? Use map to track an objective, okay. Right there. No one. Track. Alright, we need to go back to the truck then. Alright. Let's see. Thank you, Dan. Would you return your seal fur coats as a thanks? Now build me a robot, preferably with double gear. No, not sure if I go that far. Did James flip over a truck yet? No, he won't be able to join until the 30th. Because he can't pick it up today. He doesn't have the money yet. Sealy James is definitely gonna. Okay, wait. The best thing out of the game so far is it hadn't had any bugs or crashes. Touches wood. Yeah, right. That's what I'm watching out for the most. And see, Sealy James definitely gonna flip everything. James will somehow get that dozer onto the garage roof. I heard that Super Earth is being, well, they're at Mars. I saw the picture, but I heard that they're basically, they're in the Sol system now. I did hear that. Alright, let's go to first person now for a little bit. Now I kinda want to drive in first person. This game's got a good first person camera. Unless we start digging in, I do hate that the camera don't follow. Hold on. Is there a way to... I saw it in the settings. North, third person. Vehicle? Let's try vehicle. That didn't seem to change anything. What? What? Okay, I didn't change anything. Oh, it's just Ah, okay. That doesn't do anything then. Camera alignment when transitioning to the map. Okay, just leave it as player direction then. It's not what I thought it was. Alright, then we're just gonna have to deal with that. Just have to remember to look, oops. Gonna have to remember to observe. Let's go this way. Let's check our map real quick. Might have been a quicker way to go up there, but we're just gonna keep going this way for now. See where it takes us. Oh, there's a crossroads right here. What we got? Orange Grove. Interesting. Forward base is back there still. So let's turn into the... I wonder if the Orange Grove goes all the way through. I feel like we might have to go back. Let's see if the Orange Grove has a through road. Doesn't look like it. Oh, maybe actually. Hold on. It's like a little small town. Oh, interesting. Ah, at least it shows gear shifting. That's cool. My windshield wipers are on. Okay, so this does have a through road. We gotta make a right up here. Once we get out of here, yeah.